Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mag. So it's ended there down at Villa Park, Aston Villa 3, Newcastle United 0. And I've got to say, the game today just wasn't there for Newcastle United. We just did not perform in this game today. We did have chances, don't get us wrong, to be able to get something in the game. But unfortunately, we just missed out on them chances. Alexander Isak had a brilliant one, but unfortunately it was just out of his reach. Aston Villa, of course, opened the scoring in the game 11 minutes in, and it was Ramsey who scored the goal for Aston Villa. Ollie Watkins with the assist. Then, of course, we'll go in at half time, 1-0 down to Aston Villa. Come out the second half, and it is Ollie Watkins who gets on the board on the 64th minute of the game. Ollie Watkins, of course, could have had an opening goal in the game himself, but he hit the foot of the post with only a matter of minutes into the game. And of course, there was two absolutely fantastic saves by Nicky Pope in the game as well to keep Aston Villa out of the goal. There was also a ruled off side goal as well for Ollie Watkins in the game. Which of course was rightly ruled off as his knee was playing him in the offside position. But like I say, it was just a very unfortunate game for us Newcastle United fans today. You have them, at the end of the day, even the champions can lose games, nobody's perfect at the end of the day. And the way that game played out today, was just exactly that. It was just a bad day at the office for us Newcastle United fans. And, you're going to have that as well when you've had to play four away games in a row, three away games before we even played this game against Aston Villa. So you're going to have that, but we're back to home in the next game against Spurs. Hopefully, we will be able to pick up the win in that game and make up for this game against Aston Villa today down at Villa Park. But we almost lost out in the game to Brentford before this, turning it around in the second half of the game to come away with a win in that one down at the G-Tech Community Stadium. And unfortunately, today it just wasn't to be. We weren't able to turn it around into a win for we. But we did see, Gordon coming in from the off in the game, and I thought Gordon was very quiet today. He did get on the ball, but he just didn't produce enough, I don't think. And then we did see a massive impact once we're seeing the substitutions coming into the game of Miggy and Wilson, who came into the game, and they did absolutely fantastic when they came into the game. They, immediately impacted the game. Wilson almost scoring in the game as well, with his first touch on the ball. But looking at it, let's look at the league table. Up on screen now, of course, it still doesn't affect the league table at this moment in time with us playing 30 games. Looking at it, it's an absolutely fantastic season. We've still got 56 points with 30 games played, 24 plus on goal difference, so we're miles ahead of Man United, who are in fourth place behind. We're on 7 plus goal difference. Obviously, we're on the same points as each other at 56. They have their game to play, which of course is tomorrow, but they are having massive injury problems. We've seen Martinez go off for them. We've also seen, Rashford with an injury problem, Luke Shaw with an injury problem, so that could cause a big problem for Man United in their game. Tomorrow, I believe it is, they play their game, and that could cause a big problem for them. So if they were to lose that game, then it's got to go again next game. So there won't really be much of a change in the league table if they were to lose their game. But as of the game today, for ourselves, us Newcastle United fans, it really doesn't change much. To be honest, we're still third in the league. We've still played 30 games, 56 points, and that is only our fourth loss of the season as well. So when you look at it, up against the likes of Arsenal and Man City, we're doing fantastic. Arsenal's only better and we're on the losses by one. Of course, with them only losing 3 games, and we're equaling Man City on losses at 4. So that is absolutely fantastic when you consider where we were last season, when Eddie Howe first came in as the Newcastle United manager. So we have progressed quite a bit, quite quickly as well. But before we end off the video, I can't end off the video without talking about, of course, the referee in today's game. Now, by no means am I going to use the referee here as an scapegoat for how that game played out today, because we all know, we just weren't there today. It was just a bad day at the office, and you do have them. But that referee was very dodgy in the game today. John Brooks did make quite a few very dodgy decisions in the game, and he was very one-sided. And I've got to say as well, you know, the Villa Park pitch or the boots of them Villa players must be very, very slippery because they were on the ground a lot in this game today. So, you know, what is going on there is clear to see. But at the end of the day, you know, it still doesn't take away from that the fact that we were really bad in the game today. We did have the chances, we just didn't take them. But we'll move on to the next one against Spurs at St James's Park. You know, hopefully that will be a chance for us to make up for this game today down at Villa Park, and we're going to that game against Spurs, hopefully picking up 3 points. Spurs at the moment, as I make this video, of course, are 1-1 with Bournemouth. So that in itself is brilliant, you know, because Tottenham were 1-0 up in that game, and Bournemouth's come back into it to make it 1-1 at half time. So looking at it, you know, that does bode well for us going into the game against them at St James's Park. But let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, remember to hit a like on the video if you have liked the video, as it does help the channel to grow. Remember to hit subscribe to the channel as well, as that does help the channel to grow as well. Press the bell for all notifications so you never miss a 100% Mags video. And if you want to support the channel by donating to the channel, then please hit the super thanks down below, and all donations are welcome. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one, and how are the lads?